Hi everybody, hope you're all okay. I just thought I'd take this opportunity to do a little bit of a video while I'm driving into Via shopping. Via is our closest town, big town in France. We've got Saudeval, which is about 10 minutes away from our house, and Via is about between 15 and 20 minutes away, and there's a lot more variety of shops and things, so I do enjoy going into Via to do a bit of shopping. So I know on the last video I did say that we'd start from the very beginning and tell you about how we came about living in France. So I'm gonna do that on this video. So go back to probably 9 years ago. We got our rescue dog Gracie, and we were going on holiday to Tenerife. Just waving to one of the neighbours, locals. We were going to Tenerife, so we left her with a friend of ours, and she didn't fare well being left. We rescued her from Spain. She had a very bad start to life. She was oops, sorry, I'm just adjusting my thing. She was jumped on the side of the motorway with our two other siblings, a brother and sister, and there were apparently three others up at the top of the motor, just a bit further up the motorway. So she was rescued by two ladies from Milnrow in Rochdale, near to where we used to live, and a lady that lived in Spain that was from the south of the UK. It was a rescue called Paws on Hearts. I know a few of my friends have got dogs from there as well, and what they do is once they've rehomed about 12 dogs, they'll get the van and load the van with all the dogs and drive all the way from Spain up through France into the UK and drop all the dogs off at the various points in the UK. So we got Gracie. We got her on the end of February, and she'd been found at the beginning of January. Well, actually 12th of January she'd been found on the motorway. So we had probably 2 months with her, getting her used to being with us, and then we left her with my friend and went to Tenerife for a week. When we came back, she was a bit traumatised, and Lee, my husband, said, "That's it, I'm not going to leave her again. We're going to take her on holiday with us everywhere we go." So we decided to go to Jersey, and then after we'd been to Jersey, get the ferry over to France and do all like Normandy. So we'd been to France before with Lee's children, Daniel and Katie, when they were tiny children, really. We went to Disneyland Paris, and we went to Normandy, to various places, and further down went to Dijon and places like that. All beautiful places. So yeah, so that was the plan. So we went over to Jersey. We absolutely fell in love with Jersey. We went to Guernsey as well, and then we came over to France, had a look around France, and it had always been our dream, really, to move abroad at some point. My father died age 53 from a brain tumour, and I remember as a kid he was working all the time. Every Saturday and Sunday he was working. Every Saturday and Sunday of his life, well, not every, but most Saturday and Sundays of his life he was working, and then he gets to 53, gets poorly, passes away, and he's never had that chance to retire and enjoy, life. and life really is worth, it's for living, isn't it? So that was always our dream, to move to France. Anyway, when we came to France on holiday, we just fell in love with the place, especially Normandy. And then for like a few years down the line, we did Jersey again, and then we came over to France just on our own, you know, without going anywhere else, and did lots of different places. Went down to Cognac, really enjoyed that, but every time we came back to Normandy, we just absolutely fell in love with Normandy. It's got such a wide range of things that we absolutely love. Like, Lee grew up, my husband Lee is from Newcastle upon Tyne. He grew up by the sea, so he's very much into like forests, and he likes fishing and stuff like that. So that for him, he loves it because it's got an abundance of different forests. I mean, I'm just driving along now. You can't see, obviously, because I'm driving and I've got the camera pointed on me. But we're just driving along the side of the Saint-Sever forest, which is absolutely stunning. I'm also driving past a man with a gun because at weekends the chasse, which are like the hunters in France, they're out in abundance, and they're shooting at wild boar and deer and sometimes people. So I try to avoid coming out really when the chasse are about, but obviously I've got to go shopping, so I'm driving along and there's a man with a gun. So, and it's just mainly for the farmers, just, to keep the amount of animals that actually wreck their land, especially wild boar, keeping them, kind of culling them really, keeping them at bay so they're not taking over basically. So yeah, going back to moving to France. So like I say, there's plenty of forests and things like that for my husband, Lee, and I love the beaches because I lived near Manchester all my life, lived in Rochdale for all my life. I was born in Rochdale and I moved to France from Rochdale, so I've never moved really from that area. And I love the beach, so, and where we actually live, we've got beaches in lots of different directions that are all like within an hour really, so it was ideal for us. So yeah, so we holidayed quite a lot, and then we decided probably about 2 years ago, 2 years before we moved, so 4 years ago, that France was where we wanted to live. We were really fed up of our life in Rochdale. It was a permanent battle to earn money and keep our head above water. So we started looking on Rightmove for like lower Normandy area. We started looking on Rightmove, and we just could not believe how cheap the houses are in this area, as opposed to, you know, Rochdale or anywhere in Britain, to be honest. So that was the plan, that we would move there. So we kept looking on Rightmove, and then we did have a trip over in the April before we moved, and we viewed lots of houses in this area. Saw a couple that we really liked. We'd put our house up for sale in the December of 2022, and it was still for sale when we came over in April. So, which was really sad, because if we'd have been in a position to buy, we probably would have bought when we came over in April. But saying it's sad, but it isn't, because the house that we've got now we absolutely adore, and but for if our house had been sold, we wouldn't have bought that house. So anyway, so go back to March before the April when we come and viewed. So March 2023, I went to A Place in the Sun exhibition with one of my friends, Nicola, and we were having a look round and asking questions about different things, because obviously we need visas to move here permanently. We needed health insurance and various things, so it was a great place to go to chat to people and find out proper things, because I did join groups on Facebook, and not all the answers to my questions were right. So from the actual people that deal with this every day, it was great to go to that and see people that actually had the right information. So I went to the Place in the Sun exhibition, had a look round, and you could do a screen test. So my friend Nicola taught me into doing a screen test. Did this screen test, and the lady said, you might get on, because we don't get a lot for Normandy. We don't get a lot of people that want to live in Normandy, probably because it's called A Place in the Sun. And Normandy isn't very sunny, it's quite rainy, to be honest, but still beautiful. And that's why it is so beautiful, because we do get quite a lot of rain, so everywhere's nice and green. So yeah, so that was that was March. Came over in April, had a look around some houses, wasn't in a position to buy. So then fast forward to July, I said to Lee, I bet we haven't got on A Place in the Sun, because I think they'd have contacted us by now, because she did say that they'd be filming July, August, and it was July, it was like end of July. Anyway, beginning of August, I gets a phone call. Actually, no, end of July, gets a phone call from A Place in the Sun. Can we do another screen test? Are you still interested in buying in France? So I said, yeah, that's great. Did another screen test, the two of us. Then we did like an interview. Had a chat about everything. Then they do like a test to see if the money you've got there are houses in this area for that, and which I knew there was, because I'd been looking on Rightmove for like 2 years at this point. So then they rang us up at the beginning of August and said, congratulations, you've got on the show, we're going to be filming September the 10th to the 15th. So it was really exciting, and that was on the Monday at the beginning of August. And then on the Wednesday, this young couple came, viewed our house, put an offer in on the Thursday, and we'd sold our house. So it was just like within a week we'd got on the show and we'd sold our house. So it was just so exciting. So anyway, then we came over in the September, did the filming, found our dream home. I'm not going to say how much we paid, because I need you to watch the show. Watch the show and then you'll see, but I think you'll be quite surprised at how much we paid for our house. It's 3 bedrooms, it's got 3 bathrooms. Well, it's got a bathroom, a shower room, and then a toilet area, toilet and sink and stuff in the other upstairs bedroom. Lovely, beautiful garden. We've got views of Mont Saint Michel. It is a little triangle in the distance, but we can see it, and on a clear day you can see it quite well. And on a clear day we can see if the tide's in or out, we can see the beach, we can see the sea. So we've literally got a sea view in our garden. But we are like half an hour from 40 minutes from Mont Saint Michel, but we can still see it. So that's the story of us moving. We had a lovely leaving party. We used to run a pet services business in the UK, so we said goodbye to all our customers, which we were really sad about, because we've met some lovely people, and some that are continual friends. We used to look after people's dogs in our home. We had a doggy daycare centre, we did dog walking, and I was a dog groomer, so we had, you know, quite a lot of customers for each part of the business that we ran. So that's probably one of the main things that we miss moving to France. All our customers, our little doggy friends. But I mean, Grace has made some doggy friends over here. We've got a little Jack Russell called Bebe next door. So she plays with him every now and then. Well, says she plays with him. She bops him. She bops him on the head. When she's trying to play with him, I don't think she realises how big she is really. So yeah, so we're just loving living in France basically. We've been here 2 years now, and we've done a few alterations to the house, nothing major, with just decoration and stuff like that. The first year it was like we were on holiday basically, so we were visiting lots of different places. We found some beautiful places to visit, places to have nice lunches and things like that. So that's another reason why I decided to start this YouTube channel, because I want to take you and show you lots of lovely places to eat, places to visit. We go away camping quite a lot, so we'll take you on some holidays and things like that. We've got a camping car, so we'll go away and stay at various different places. After Christmas, I think we're going to go down to the Charente to visit my friend Nicola, so we can take you on that journey. And basically this channel is going to be our life in France, lots of places to visit. I can do some comparisons with the different supermarkets that we visit. I can tell you about the area and places to visit, and basically take you along on our journey, the rest of our journey. So I'm just in Veer now, like I say, is our main town, and I'm gonna go to a shop called Fresh. It's a new shop, it's only been open about 3-4 weeks. I don't know whether people have been in France and been to a place called Grand Frais. Grand Frais is like it's very similar to Fresh, but Fresh is a lot smaller in comparison. So, and it's just like a supermarket, but the food is really fresh. I'll do a little video of it, hopefully. Like I say, I'm new to all this. I'm new to editing, so you'll have to bear with me with editing and stuff like that. I know I want to do like thumbnails, and you know, I've watched various channels and some of them are so very good at what they do, and I'm probably going to be pretty rubbish at this to start with, but hopefully with time, as people have told me as well, with time you get better and better at it. So please bear with me, please follow, like, subscribe, and hopefully come on our journey living in France. So I'm just going to sign off now, and then I'll do a little video of Fresh, and hopefully I'll be able to add it to this video. That's the plan. So I'll speak to you all soon. Thanks for watching, guys.